Parents' night in, watching movies with Justin and Kelly. Like and subscribe, notification bell, like and subscribe. Good evening, San Diego. Welcome to Parents' Night In.
Yes.
Here at enough.com.
Where tonight we will be speaking in a, what does she call it? Non-regional diction. That's what she says.
That was it, yeah.
Non-regional diction. I will be practicing my non-regional diction.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
About a year ago, we attempted to record an episode based on this movie, and it didn't go so well because it was our second recording of the night, and we started at 2 a.m.
I was riding on a high after 2001, and I just had like this sort of life-altering experience watching that movie, and I was feeling real good, and I was like, let's just keep going. I don't want to go to bed. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it sounded.
So for just a hint of how well that went, let's go to the footage. Roll it, Johnny.
Is that a thing that jazz flautists do? With
Probably.
Jazz flautists are weird.
Jazzers are weird.
You went to school with a lot of jazzers, so you're allowed to say that.
I went to school with a lot of jazz. I went to school with jazzards.
Hey, Aqualung!
I just said jazzards.
Is that like a jazzer mixed with a lizard?
With a D.
Is that like a guy that plays jazz who has sex with a lizard?
Yep.
No, I think it's a jazz musician who also can cast spells.
Oh, like a wizard?
It's like the band at Hogwarts.
Yes. The band at Hogwarts. Hogwarts? would be the Jazzards. As you can see, not our best work. So we decided to go for it again.
We're doing it for reals this time.
So here on Parents' Night In, we are watching Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Yes.
One of the funniest films ever made.
I was trying to remember, as we were preparing for this, what movie did we try to watch?
Envy.
Okay.
With Jack Black and...
Stiller, isn't it?
Yeah, Jack Black and Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
And it sucked. We got halfway through it, couldn't finish it, and said, fuck this, let's find something else. And then we're like, Anchorman, fine, let's give that a try.
I honestly assumed that this was going to be a suckfest because I was like, Will Ferrell's in a costume. I don't know. This is going to be like a bad SNL movie.
Yeah.
And in about, 35 seconds, we were like, this is going to be amazing.
We were dying laughing just during the opening credits because of all of Will's shenanigans.
And just the narration is perfect. I love the 70s-ishness of this movie.
70s-ishness?
70s-ishness.
Is that a word?
Yeah, you made it one. Every line is good. So we have to work really hard.
We're going to try to resist quoting every single line because everything about this movie is quotable pretty much.
Pretty much.
I look good.
And as we learned from Anchorman 2, that's basically how they make these movies. They just run a bunch of lines and they're like, let's put together the ones that make a story.
Well,
and Anchorman 2 didn't go so well.
They had so much material from this one that they made a whole other movie out of it.
That was on the bonus feature, right?
It was.
Yeah.
And it wasn't any good, but that's how much footage they had.
Yeah.
Can't have ribs without saying I had ribs for lunch. That's why I'm doing this.
Our child the other day, we were doing something and he said... Unique New York.
Yep.
Unique New York. And we were like, oh my God, we've done it. We've raised the perfect child. So then we had him practice The Arsonist Has Oddly Shaped Feet.
When he's about 12, he's going to fucking die laughing at this movie.
Pretty much. So this was the first movie, the first ever anything that I ever remember David Koechner in.
No, I knew him from SNL.
Yeah, see, I didn't. I was not watching at that time.
He started at the same time as Will Ferrell.
I don't know how I missed it. I think I must have come into Will Ferrell a year late or something.
That was also the year that Steve Carell auditioned and was passed over and they hired his wife instead.
Yes, who wasn't his wife at the time.
Oh, she wasn't?
No.
Oh.
So, Justin...
This is going to be very difficult because I just want to hear all the dialogue.
I know, it's hard to talk over
funny.
it. So we have good friends who also like this movie, and so when Justin
you'll meet one of them on a future episode of PNI.
Yes, you will. He'll be joining us. So when Justin and Adam get together... It is basically like Anchorman Line-O-Rama all night long.
Adam is from a website called Eat, Drink, Learn. You should check it out. He's a wine and cheese enthusiast.
Wine and cheese and food. And basically every time we hang out with Adam, it's like the best food and wine experience ever.
Yeah.
There are no complaints about the food. I'm trying to remember. Did I see Bruce Almighty before this? I did. Bruce Almighty, I saw it in the theater. It came out before this. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I knew Steve Carell from that.
Yep. Even though I had seen him on the Dana Carvey show and didn't realize it.
But I remember looking at this cast and thinking, Paul Rudd in a ridiculous Will Ferrell comedy? I don't know.
I think I had only seen Paul Rudd in Clueless at this point. And Paul Rudd proved in this film to be a comedic genius.
Comedic genius.
This movie must have been the most fun in the world to make.
I can't believe they got paid to have this much fun.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love is that, and she's not here yet, but when Veronica Corningstone comes, Christina Applegate is amazing too.
Yes.
I love her. And if you only knew her from Married with Children, it was kind of like, oh, again,
it's not her
like,
at
let's
all.
see what happens. But in all the things that we've seen her in, she's fantastic. Kathryn Hahn is another one who I think mostly I know her. Like, I remember the first time I saw her was in this movie. Mm-hmm. And everything I have ever seen her in, she is top notch.
Yes, she's great.
I love her. She was amazing on Parks and Rec. She was so good.
Yep.
She's so funny in Step Brothers.
Well, she's just like comedically fearless.
She's comedically fearless,
Like,
and she's super captivating to look at.
She is, but as far as her comedy, she just will be ridiculous as needed.
Yep. So this whole exchange where he does like the the left one is
James Westfall.
yeah, and the right one is Kenneth Nosewater. The woman in the
Noisewater.
scene with him is struggling not to laugh
on,
the
I
entire
gotta
time. You
back
got to
it up.
watch it again. And that was the best take that they got. Like, she keeps making weird faces to not laugh.
like licking her lips and
Yeah.
stuff. Lick my teeth.
Watch.
Bite my lip.
It's awesome. She just struggles. She does it, but she struggles.
What are you drinking?
I made myself a Manhattan.
With Scotch?
Yeah, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a big deal.
Do you have many leather-bound books? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite leather-bound book?
The Bible. Really expensive. I bought it in the Vatican. And
they sell Bibles in the Vatican?
It was signed by the Pope.
Does the Pope actually sign them?
He signed mine.
That must be an
Kind
expensive...
of a big deal.
How much did you pay?
20 rubles.
They take rubles in the
I
Vatican?
don't know. What's a ruble?
Isn't that Russian?
I don't know.
Is that just like you can bring any currency to the Vatican? It's all good to them because they just need money?
I think honestly, I don't think they're in a position to turn away dollars right now.
Or rubles?
Yeah.
Look at
Dollars.
that TV looks like our
Rubles.
Parents' Night In TV.
Rupees. It does! We are definitely one of those families that quotes movies and shows constantly.
Yep.
So,
to the point that our son, whenever I say something, is like, what's that from?
Yeah.
I just made it up.
Your father does the same thing.
Does he?
Every time we're with your dad and one of us says something, it's like, is that from a movie? So we're those nerds. But this movie is definitely in the top.
It's one of the most quotable
top
movies
echelon.
ever. It's like this and The Big Lebowski for me, I think, are 1 and 2.
And Spinal Tap.
And Spinal Tap. I think these two are above everything else.
Yeah.
Is there a name for the condition that I have where I just have to compulsively quote movies if something triggers a movie quote?
Yeah.
What's that called?
I think it's called nerd.
I was hoping you'd come up with something a little more poetic.
Let me see if I can find something on Google.
Movie lineritis?
Is there a condition
Movie quotanoma?
where a person needs to quote movies constantly?
I've had multiple people lately tell me, you were like insanely good at that. And I say, kind of a big deal. People know me.
I
I
mean,
have many leather-bound Blu-rays.
based on how I Googled it, no.
So I'm probably the first. I'm the pioneer of this
I
condition.
think you're patient zero.
Patient zero, yes.
Yeah.
What
It's a really dangerous thing to say in a pandemic.
This is a pandemic I would be happy to spread around, though. I look forward to the day when no one has to have a spontaneous conversation ever. Everybody just quotes in movies. That's just
No.
the new language.
I
movie
don't want
quotes.
that.
Why?
I don't want that. It would be boring.
What? This is a movie that I don't know how they got through any scenes ever.
Nope.
What's funny is Fred Willard gets totally overshadowed, and he's an improv genius.
Yeah, he's great.
But like, he has very little to do in this movie.
Yeah.
He's just window dressing.
The
Kind of
best...
like Christopher Walken in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
That's one of the worst uses of Christopher Walken ever.
Yeah. The best scene with Fred Willard in this movie is when the school calls him about his son's porn collection.
That's great.
I would love to know what some of his alternate takes are.
Yeah. Fred Willard having to play a straight man must be torture for him.
Yeah. That toilet store delivery
Yep.
is the stuff of legend.
Perfect.
It will go down in history as the best bad comeback.
Because it's the quintessential guy who can't come up with a good burn. And I know because I can't come up with a good burn most of the time.
Yeah, except that you still, like, he delivers it with such comedy that I feel like if you said to somebody, all right, now deliver a bad burn, they would overdo it.
Yeah.
And he's so subtle.
These four guys together are a super team anyway.
They are a super team. Wes Mantooth, I don't recognize any of his friends. Am I supposed to, or are they purposely nobodies?
I think they're nobodies.
No, I'm sorry to the actors who play them. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean you're a nobody. I just meant that you're not a name.
The guys
at
who
this
play
moment.
Wes Mantooth's friends, have you ever done anything else, or did you get this one shot and you just blew your whole career after
Do you
it?
even actually exist?
Are you even actors, or did they find you just hanging out on the set and said, well, we need 3 guys to stand next to Wes Mantooth?
Where even did they find you?
At the toilet store. He's really tan in this movie.
Super tan. I think the coloring is off in this copy.
Well, it's a DVD copy.
Yeah, we gotta get a Bluetooth of this.
A Bluetooth?
A Blu-ray.
A Wes Bluetooth? Dorothy Bluetooth is a saint at connecting my speaker. Where did Fred Willard come from? Like, the first thing I remember seeing him in was Spinal Tap.
The first thing, yeah, I saw him in Spinal Tap, but I think by the time I saw Spinal Tap...
Yeah, that was that was around this time.
Yeah, the first time I saw Spinal Tap, I had seen him in lots of other things. Let me see.
Oh, so I never told you what I was drinking.
Yeah, tell us.
I'm back on the vitamin C. The doctor recommended it. I don't get enough vitamin C.
Doctor recommended vitamin C.
I'm drinking, it's an IPA called Just Another T-Shirt Shop. And they build it as, if we made the same beer over and over, this would be our flagship. And I would be fine with that if they made this over and over, because I love it.
I wish I liked dank beers better. It's just way too dank for me.
Once again, it's very similar to Fiddlehead.
I don't feel like Fiddlehead is that dank, though.
I think this is more dank than Fiddlehead, but Fiddlehead's pretty dank.
I feel like such a loser saying dank over and over again.
Why?
like I know what I mean. He's done a lot of little shit here and there. Like, his filmography is huge.
Well, yeah, he's done a lot of
holy shit
roles, but he's usually
He's been working since 1966.
Oh. Was he on like a TV show or something?
Pistols and Petticoats.
Like WKRP or something?
He's not a KRP guy. Oh. His first series that he was in multiple episodes was called Sorota's Court.
Nope.
And then he was on a series for 44 episodes in 1977 called Fernwood Tonight.
Oh, was he on Mary Hartman?
What years was that? Because I don't see that on the list.
Maybe a little early. I think Fernwood Tonight was a spin-off of Mary Hartman. My parents used to watch it.
No, I literally never heard of it.
It was like a fake soap opera, but funny. It was like a spoof of a soap opera.
Yep. Barth Gimble and Jerry Hubbard are the host of a talk show produced in the fictitious town of Ferrell, Ohio. Also the set of Mary Hartman. Martin Mull and Fred Willard.
Yes, okay. That's it.
311 credits to his name on IMDb.
Wow.
It's one of the longer ones I've come across.
That's what she said.
Oh! I didn't even realize. I walked right into that. Oh, here's the best part.
He has a massive erection.
I love how she screams it. Like, she can't even be like, hey. So what's funny is I'm going to walk this situation off in this context. I'm assuming that started because of this. But I feel like when I hear...
I don't think so.
I was going to say, when I hear that line, I'm like, people have been saying that for generations, right?
I think so. One version of it I always liked was, it was a WWF thing. It was DX. They had like a bunch of little video vignettes of them walking around New York City, and I forget who they were. They were looking at some hot chick in very little clothing. And Road Dogg just goes, I'm just going to stand here until this goes away.
That's awful.
It's fucking funny, though.
Back when WWE was risque.
Yeah. This conversation is illustrative of basically every Facebook conversation now.
Yep.
We're like, oh, no, I think it means this. No, it means this other thing. This is a fact. Well, agree to disagree. No, that's not how facts work.
Doesn't it mean Saint Diego? No.
Yeah. No, that's what it means. I've never actually ordered a drink where it was measured in fingers.
That's way more than 3 fingers, by the way. It's a full glass.
There's ice in it, though. Have you ever ordered fingers of anything?
No.
At a bar?
I don't drink hard liquor.
Does anyone do that anymore?
I don't know.
How big is what?
I think in Massachusetts,
are we measuring? I'll take 3 of Andre the Giant's fingers.
Yeah. I don't think you can do that in Massachusetts. I think in Massachusetts you
It's gotta be ounces.
order a scotch and they bring you the amount you're allowed to have in one glass.
I dabble.
You play jazz flute?
Whenever anyone asks me about my comedy stuff. You do stand-up? I dabble. We need to go to a jazz club.
Okay.
No, just hang out and have some drinks.
Yeah.
I don't like jazz, like, to listen to at home.
We should go to a jazz club. I don't like jazz, but we should go.
You know, no, like, I like it as live music ambiance. I don't listen to it on my phone or anything. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's fun to go to a club
we've done,
and have
like, the
drinks.
big band thing from time to time.
Yeah, it's fun to do that. Like, Riles used to be a really fun place to go, and now it's gone.
You've never taken me to Pleasure Town. We've never ridden horses in cartoons.
You to Pleasure Town? How dare you?
Not this Pleasure Town.
I never took us to a magical cartoon world.
On unicorns? No, you have not.
I'm sorry that I have not figured out the way to the cartoon land.
Vitamin C, vitamin C. I love drinking that vitamin C. Did you hear that, Swallow? That was me enjoying a lovely brew from a local purveyor of brews. Brewing house, a place of Ilre Brut. Vitamin C Brewing. Delicious beer with the hops. The hops and water. And they put wheat. Then they mix it all together in the boil. And they bring it to you in fresh cans made of aluminium. And it's there for you to enjoy at your leisure. It's best out of a glass, I find. Glass vessel. New England IPAs. They have a citrusy floral quality about them. Very delicious on the soft palate.
Am I going to have to apologize to our listeners?
Why would you ever apologize for the gold that I am shoveling out? Shoveling.
Good point,
There's so much gold, I have to use a shovel.
Wow. I've learned a lot about you in this last few moments.
Have you? What have you learned?
That you haven't changed a bit. Okay, I'll have that.
From when?
From a few more moments ago.
Oh, I haven't changed during the time that it took you to take a piss and make yourself a drink?
I didn't
Oh,
have
I'm
to
sorry.
pee. I just made myself a martini. Is that okay?
Oh, a martini?
I mean a Manhattan, sorry.
You want a martini? Oh, martini, your boss.
Do you want to try it?
Do I?
You're going to hate it. Oh. Well, why do you keep sniffing it if you don't like the smell?
It smells like a high school dropout. Gall. I'm having another vitamin C concoction. Their collaboration with Bissell Brothers.
Is this the tray flip?
Tray flip.
That one was delicious. I love the tray flip.
It's very good. I went as Ron Burgundy for Halloween one year.
That was fun.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
I had to shave just a mustache. Then I kept the mustache for a couple days afterwards.
God, that made me so sad.
It looked awful.
It was horrifying. The whole single, soul mustache look, I don't know.
Almost no one can pull it off.
I don't know how it was a thing for as long as it was.
It's crazy.
And everyone does the Movember thing now.
Yep.
And it basically just makes me really uncomfortable around all of my friends because they all look like pedophiles.
Pedophiles,
I was going
Kelly.
to say, or as they say in the UK, pedos.
Pedophile is a much better way to pronounce it. I will say, Paul Rudd actually kind of pulls off the mustache.
Yeah, but he also has a really long sideburns that almost
Yeah,
connect to
that
it.
helps.
When was the last time you ate a burrito and didn't say it was filling?
Never.
Yeah.
After seeing this movie, every burrito I've ever eaten has been met with, this was delicious, but it was filling.
You can't eat ribs and you can't eat burritos.
Oh, also, I used the phrase, well, guess what? Now this is happening.
Yeah.
Why is there a mini Rubik's Cube on the desk?
Well, Rubik's Cubes were big back in that day.
I don't think this early.
Yeah, I thought so.
No, Rubik's Cube came out in like 81 or something.
Oh, well, we better find out.
I love the Rubik's Cube when
Kelly's
it came out.
gonna look it up on Google. 1974.
What?
In 1980, it was licensed to be sold by Ideal Toy Corp.
Okay. What would your sign-off line be if you were a news anchor?
I don't know. You should have prepped me for this question. What would yours be?
I asked you first.
I'm going to have to think about it. I'll come back to you.
Oh. For all of us here at the News 4 team, I'm Justin Ballard. Have a happy San Diego.
From all of us here at the Channel 4 News team, for all of us here at the Channel 4... For all of us here
It's not going
at
well.
the Channel 4 News team, good night and good bucks.
What?
I feel like I heard something like that before.
Good night and good bucks.
Yeah, something like,
Like
they want people to
like
spend money.
money?
So it's the economy. From all of us at Channel 4 News, I'm Kelly Ballard. Good night. Don't forget the baloney.
From all of us at the Channel 4 News team, I'm Kelly Ballard. I give this broadcast 3 balonies and 1 star.
From all of us at Channel 4 News, I think we did a pretty good job. Good night.
From all of us at Channel 4 News team, I'm Kelly Ballard. 9 out of 10. Am I right?
This is another really great 70s song. Sunshine, go away today.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash, right? Pretty sure it
No.
is.
It's not Cat Stevens, is it?
No.
Sunshine, go away today.
Look it up on Google.
We are both so fucking wrong. Neither one of us got close.
Who was it?
Jonathan Edwards.
The wine guy?
The guy that was the actor on ER? That's Anthony Edwards.
It's Anthony Edwards, you asshole. This is the one scene in this movie I don't like very much.
Yeah, this one's kind of stupid.
The giant duel. It's
fun, but it's dumb.
It's way too much. It tries too hard to be zany, and it's like the movie is subtly zany. It doesn't need to be overtly zany.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Ben Stiller and Tim Robbins and Luke Owen. Not Luke Owen. Luke. What the fuck's wrong
Luke
with
Wilson
him?
and Owen Wilson.
Luke Wilson.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. I wonder how much this hurt the city of San Diego, because no one can say San Diego ever again without saying, go fuck yourself, San Diego. I certainly can't.
I feel like it's an honor.
It might be.
To be honest.
It might be an honor, yeah.
I'm honored to be told
If we
to
ever
go fuck myself in
if
San
we
Diego.
ever go to San Diego, I'm going to say that the second we get off the plane.
Are you going to say that to every person that you have to tip?
Every person.
To the waiter in the restaurant?
Every person we pass on the street, I will say it. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
But what if they're tourist?
Then they'll say, I'm not from here. And I'll say, oh, I'm so sorry. You will eat a cat poop. It's another thing. I can't see cat poop without saying, you will eat a cat poop.
Do you do that every time you clean out the litter box?
Pretty much.
Okay.
In my head. No.
This back and forth lasts so long and it doesn't lose anything.
There's no reason for it, but it still works.
Yep.
Yes. No.
So we'll have to hear from you, PNIers.
My PNI news team.
Yes, my PNI news team assemble. And we want to know what your deal is with this movie. Like, did you fall in love with it immediately? Did you have to watch it more than once? Were you hesitant like we were? Tell us all about it.
Are there lines that you can't help quote all the time, like us? Or like me, because I am a compulsive movie
You're not alone.
quoter?
Adam's with you. And
CMQ. Compulsive movie quoter. I have CMQ.
CMQ.
Disorder.
Yeah. You're a kumquat.
I'm a kumquat, yeah.
Yeah.
What does a kumquat look like?
I do not know. I have never had one.
Oh, I haven't either.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking nothing.
I know, me neither.
Should we get more drinkies?
We probably should.
Okay.
I feel like if not, we'd be doing a disservice to Baxter.
I'd be doing a disservice to myself and this whole band if I didn't play the hell out of this thing.
Good one. It was Will Ferrell and everything.
God, this beer's dank.
It's like your poetry. Dark.
It's dark.
Dark and dank and mysterious.
It's dark and plant-like.
Will you pass me my Coors Light? When you've had 2 Manhattans, a Coors Light is the perfect way to end the night.
It's like hydrating.
Yes. It's as if I'm drinking H2O.
C2ORS.
I think the people that watch this movie and think, oh, it's stupid, it's dumb comedy, try too hard, are people who can't experience joy. Like, it's not everything you watch has to be thespian level amazing. And these are obvious, like, wow. I
What?
can't even get a sentence out. These are people
Who were punched as children.
No,
Obviously.
who like things like Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, God, that
And who
movie's
like
horrible.
Yeah, and who like things that like Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, God.
But they can't watch this? I don't get
That's
it.
bizarre, yeah. Those people should be put in a bear's asshole.
We're goddamn ridiculous. Is that where you got that from?
No, I got it from Dr. Evil. He said it first.
Oh, that's right.
This is goddamn ridiculous. I think it was in the second movie.
That's right.
What's your favorite Austin Powers film? Second one?
I think so.
It's my favorite.
I love Felicity Shagwell.
That's Heather Graham?
Yeah. And I don't like Heather Graham in general.
You don't even like Heather Graham, do you?
No. In general, she's not my favorite. But I love her in that movie. I love that character. I loved her hair, her dresses, everything.
She was so hot in that
She was
movie.
so hot in that movie.
Damn.
But she was also just like super charismatic and adorable.
Yep.
And I feel like in other movies, she counts on that to save her. Where this movie, it
She
was
was
okay
great
that she's not a fantastic actress.
She was great in Boogie Nights.
She was really good in Boogie Nights. I agree with that.
I fucking love Boogie Nights. That's like a top 10 movie for me. And
What is it about that movie that makes it top 10?
I don't know. It's just, it's magic. Like, it's the time period that is captured absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
Every performance is fucking amazing in that movie. The script is fantastic. It has the same kind of energy that Pulp Fiction had for me at the time. This is like a zeitgeist kind of movie where it's everything about it is just right.
I want to know how this dog got through him basically Frenching his face.
He's a dog. He was like,
so cute.
Okay. This is, no. No.
This is not ideal, but my owner's saying I have to do it.
It's like you when I attack you every night.
Pretty much.
Okay, I love you. No. Oh, your beard. No. Oh, it went up my nose. Stop.
Vince Vaughn has changed so much over the years.
Yeah, he has.
Him and
John Favreau.
yeah, they've both
They've gotten
like
big, they've gotten small,
Yeah,
they've gotten big, they've gotten small.
they've just sort of gone through these little
Weird.
roller coasters.
Favreau especially.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of jacked right now, though, right? Not
No.
like jacked, but like not. He's not like.
Not in
Puffy.
not in Far From Home he wasn't. He was
Oh,
puffy.
I guess, yeah.
He's gained and lost weight more times than Oprah. It's weird to watch Swingers now because Jon Favreau was jacked and Vince Vaughn was skinny
So
as fuck.
skinny.
Yeah.
I don't like super skinny Vince Vaughn. He looks good here. Heather Graham was in that movie too. Mm-hmm. She was cute in that movie also.
I really like Heather Graham.
There was a movie that she's in with Chris Klein, and it is painfully bad.
It's Chris Klein.
Well, he's terrible too. I hate him. I've seen him in interviews and stuff. He's basically pretty much a
douche?
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a fair way to judge Heather Graham.
I don't like. I love watching her. I think she's super.
Are you jealous
cute.
of her? Are you jealous?
No. She's super cute. I just don't feel like she has chops.
She's not like a great actor or anything, but like I like her in everything I've seen her in.
She's likable.
Yeah.
Chris Klein is not likable.
No, he's
she's
not.
likable.
Yes.
She's like a sweetheart.
Yep. So Anchorman 2.
Was a dump heap.
No, I think I liked it better than you did.
I think you did. I'd like to watch it again.
I enjoyed it pretty well. It's obviously not nearly as good as this one, but like it was fun.
I think it felt just too. It felt very similar to the bonus movie on this.
I think it was better than that. It was definitely all over the place where they were like, okay, we have all these ideas. We'll try to put them into a cohesive movie.
Yeah.
And it didn't quite get there,
It
but
wasn't
like
super cohesive.
it had a lot of funny parts.
Yeah.
And I liked the outtakes better than the movie. The outtakes of that movie
they're
are
incredible.
fucking hysterical.
The thing, though, is this is lightning in a bottle. This
It is.
movie is lightning in
It
a
is.
bottle. They tried to do it again, and you're not going to do it again.
No. Ships and whales. He meant it when he said it. That woman, she's remarkable and memorable in a way that will probably come back later in the movie.
I can't believe you remember.
Why do I memorize bloopers?
I was going to say, you remember the
Something wrong
bloopers
with
pretty
me.
well.
Jesus Christ. I think Lorne Michaels said that Will Ferrell was the most talented SNL member ever.
You know who he thinks is the least talented ever, or one of the lower on the food chain?
Who?
Adam Sandler. Doesn't get him.
Lorne Michaels said
Yeah.
that?
Lorne
Yeah.
Michaels does not get
Like
him.
still, even after
Yeah,
all
and
the
I think
success?
he was like, it works. I don't get
It
it.
works because the audience likes it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when
Well, my
he
parents-
hired
my
him
parents hate him,
reluctantly-
too.
Yeah. I think that's the generational thing.
It is.
We loved him, but the generation
mean,
ahead of us hated him.
I get why they hate him because it's like, it is lowest common denominator
Yes,
in a lot of
yeah.
ways. But the thing is, Adam Sandler is not talentless at all. Like, Adam Sandler's
He's super talented.
really talented.
Yeah.
He found his niche, which was, I'm going to be a doofus all the time.
Yep. Now, I haven't seen
That's
him.
his entire shtick, basically, from the 90s. And, like,
Yeah.
I get why everyone is so pissed about it, but, like, it worked. He found it. And on top of that, he can do other things that
Right.
he's really good at.
And it was like a good range of like kids from probably like 9
Right.
to their like mid-20s were into that.
It made SNL cool to young teens.
That's when I started watching it.
Right.
Was Adam Sandler years.
It was great for teenagers. It was like gave teenagers a reason to watch SNL.
My first memory of Will Ferrell on SNL was when he was a Spartan cheerleader. And that fucking killed me. And I was a cheerleader at the time, so that didn't hurt because then all of us just like did their ridiculous cheers and thought it was hilarious.
Right.
But that was the moment when I was like, there's something about this guy. He's different than everyone else on this show.
Yeah.
And he will never be matched.
The thing that Will Ferrell did in the first episode he was on that killed me.
So like I like that you remember actually when he started because I wasn't even watching it then.
Fall of '95 was his first year. And he did a sketch where he was playing a dad at a barbecue and his kids kept climbing on the
I've
shed.
seen it, yeah.
And he just yelled, "Get off the shed!"
Yeah.
And that was the entire sketch, was him yelling at the kids on the shed. And I was like,
If you don't get off that shed!
this guy is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And that, like, he auditioned with that.
Yeah.
My parents and I watched SNL pretty religiously, even through college. Like, I would come home on weekends often and we would watch SNL together. And that first SNL in '95 was a big deal because they had scrubbed the entire cast except for like Tim Meadows and
Tim Meadows was on forever.
Tim Meadows and Norm Macdonald, I think, were the only two.
Tim Meadows was the 90s Keenan.
But it was a big deal because it was the first totally new cast in 9 years. It was Will Ferrell, David Koechner,
Yeah, I didn't.
Mark McKinney.
He must have been gone by the time I watched it or did
wasn't on
nothing
long.
memorable.
He wasn't on long.
No.
Jim Brewer was on, Nancy Walls, of course, Sherry O'Terry, Molly Shannon. Chris Kattan was later.
I love Molly Shannon. I loved Chris Kattan.
Chris Kattan was awesome. Molly Shannon was great.
Kevin was...
Daryl Hammond was in that
Oh,
cast.
yeah.
Daryl Hammond he had the longevity record, I think, for a while before Keenan.
Jim Brewer, Will Ferrell, Daryl Hammond, David Koechner, Sherry O'Terry,
Yep.
and Nancy Walls.
Yeah.
Chris Kattan and newly hired writer Colin Quinn joined as featured players for the final 6 episodes of the first season.
Okay.
So that was a big sidebar.
It was a very big sidebar.
But I mean, it's appropriate because
Once
so
again,
many of these guys are SNL.
I found this episode very hard to do because I just wanted to fucking quote the movie all night. It's hard to not do that.
So I gotta say, like, maybe let's do this. Like,
This
ladies.
was Adam McKay's first movie as a director. Imagine that.
Think you can only go down from here. And he didn't. Ladies, I'm thinking, like, if you're single and you're out there in the dating scene and you're on a date and it's going kind of weird, you don't have a lot to talk about, it's kind of awkward, you'd be like, Anchorman. And then he'll be like, fuck yeah! And then you'll probably get married and have babies.
Or you can be like, if you like Anchorman, you can do anything to me. And when I say anything, I mean anything. And then he says, I don't care for that movie. And you're like, well, you're a loser. Bye.
Yeah. If he says that, you throw your martini in his face and you say,
I bet you don't like It's a Wonderful Life either!
and then
God,
and you leave the restaurant.
that was frightening.
Anything else? Is there anything else you want to say?
This movie is maybe the greatest collection of funny lines ever assembled in a movie.
If you take
my
away...
my favorite comedy of all time is Big Lebowski, but this might be like line for line the funniest movie
I agree.
in terms of just like everything that everyone says is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Big Lebowski has more substance to it.
I think if you take out the battle scene,
Yeah,
this is an impeccable film.
right. The battle
Because-
scene is the only flaw.
I was really close to saying there is not a single performance in this movie that was below par. And then I thought
Except
about the
for
battle scene. And the battle scene, it's
guys
not
in the
because
battle
of the
scene.
performances. It's just, it's too much. There's too many things happening. It's too many people. You tried too hard.
Yeah. Even the first time we watched it, I was like, okay, you had me until this, and this is just like begging me for laughs. And up until this point, you didn't have to beg me. It was just
However-
effortless.
However, without the battle scene, you don't get the whole Rick almost killed someone with a trident. That whole chunk is awesome.
No, that part's funny, but like it's not essential to the movie. You could have cut that out too and not missed that much.
No, I
Or
love
you
that
could
whole
have just
scene.
cut the battle scene down to just a couple basic things and been like,
It could have just been the 2 news crews. You didn't
Right.
need to invite 17
right.
news
It
crews
could
to the
have just
battle.
been the 2 teams. So, Parents Night In News Team.
Beep, 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 beep. It's awesome.
I never had an orgasm until I watched this movie.
Beep, 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 beep. Pubes.
What does that have to do with anything?
That I assume that there's a lot of them in this movie, but we can't see them, but it's the 70s.
Burt Reynolds Bush.
Beep, 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 beep. 9 out of 10 cats say, meow.
What does the 10th one say? Do you have anything else you want to add about the movie? Since we're just riffing on nothing.
Beep, 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 beep. This movie is grade A baloney. And that's why I like it.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Beep, 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 beep. Goodbye.
You needed a news flash for that?
Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter, MeWe, and Facebook.